AITA for telling my husband's friend that he was selfish and hurting his wife? Original post. Obligatory throwaway. My 32F husband 36M has a high school friend 36M. Let's call him John. John is a typical jock. Athletic, good-looking, popular with girls. But I've been around enough to see and hear him being questionable towards women. To the story, we were in a group of friends, and I was introducing them to my new baby 0F. Important info: I had a miserable pregnancy. The topic of having kids came up, and John started saying how him and his fiancée 32F would be the next. More important information: his fiancée, Janet, is an amazing lady. Kind, smart, gentle. Recently, she has been through a lot, lost her dad, and her health has been terrible. Not going to say what, but she has a disease that causes headaches, weakness, dizzy spells, fainting, extreme fatigue. She has become more and more emotionally and physically dependent on him. On top of that, she and I come from another country. It means her family and support system are not here. Back to the situation, I asked her if they plan to have kids after the wedding. That is in 2 years. I thought that because it gives her time to recover. He doesn't let her answer and say they agreed they would only get married after having kids. I am surprised for 2 reasons. She always said she wanted kids after marriage, and her health is not good. She doesn't say anything, but looks sad. I argue that it doesn't seem like a good plan, and that a pregnancy now could put her health at risk. He said her fertility window is almost closing, and that is now or never. I start getting angry, and we discuss. I ended up saying he is selfish and this decision is only based on his wants and needs and is hurting her. Basically a form of abuse. The room gets quiet, and we ended up leaving. My husband later agreed with me, but said it was not my place to say anything. Our friends are mixed, saying someone had to say it, but that I was too harsh. I feel maybe it was not my place and I was being a busybody. But after being through a hard pregnancy myself, without my family, I know how hard it is. And my husband is a great supportive guy. Meanwhile, John leaves her alone all the time to party and enjoy life. He is dooming someone that trusts him blindly into a horrible situation. AITA? Relevant comments. Commenter: what you said was the truth, but you were a little harsh. I think you were right to say it because the guy obviously doesn't care how he treats his wife. I also think you should ask his fiancée in private how she feels about her situation. OOP: I agree that I came out too strong. I feel protective towards her. She is so sweet and nice. I feel she doesn't deserve the way he treats her. But when I say something in private, she keeps repeating herself loves her, and she never met a man like him. I feel she thinks that he is out of her league or something. Commenter: honestly, I think he knows what he's doing. There's a reason he won't legally commit to her until after she has children, and it's not a kind or responsible reason. So, I don't think he's going to care about what you said or the potential health outcomes for your friend. It may be satisfying to call him out, but is it going to change his mind? OOP: I also found this part extra strange. The first time we met, she literally said how her dream was to have a wedding and then kids. She even repeated that recently. She comes from a Catholic upbringing, like me. It doesn't seem like a thing you chance your mind this easily. Commenter: except his wife in this conversation fight. Both you and John are treating his wife as if she's a child that can't make decisions for herself. He is talking over her, but you are also making assumptions about their decisions based on her looking sad. OOP: I admit I should have talked to her first. But we just had a conversation about her health and she was telling me how some days she can barely make out of bed. His smugness made me so angry, as if he knows what is best and no one can question him. Commenter: honestly, I would be pissed if someone started talking and arguing about my health issues in public. I'm a really private person. Does the rest of the group know about her health issues? You didn't speak to her, but made assumptions. She might not confide in you anymore. He might be an asshole, but she is an adult, and you could have made it worse for her. I had 2 awful pregnancies and was alone without family around, but my husband is amazing as well. I get where you are coming from. But seriously, be more aware next time and show your friends some respect. And don't talk about people's medical history in front of people. Obviously not your friend. OOP: I see your point. The group started with some people that studied together and expanded with her, so we meet often and are friendly. When she got sick, we took turns visiting, checking up on her when she was alone for a reason or another. Everyone seems to try to be her support system, but seem afraid to say anything to John. Commenter: he probably does, and just doesn't care. John is aware that his wife isn't in a good place for kids if him and Op's husband are such great friends. Why didn't he say anything? Call out your friend's shitty behavior, people. OOP, my husband is great, but everyone jokes he has a man crush on John. He was John's sidekick in school and doesn't listen when I point out some comments John makes. OOP is voted NTA, but opinions are mixed. Now for the update. Update. Thank you for all the answers. I am blown away by all the perspectives and was able to see further into the situation. I reached out to Janet and invited her for a coffee. We usually talk with more people around, so this was the first time fully alone. I started by apologizing. I said I should not have said all these things in front of everyone and acted as if she cannot speak for herself. She said she was initially embarrassed, but after further thought she started questioning if it was really a good idea to have kids now and has scheduled to talk with a specialist. She said John doesn't know and she wants to have more information before talking to him. She also said he was furious afterwards and they had a terrible fight. So you guys were right, it was not the right move, and he did blame her, saying she should have defended their position and that she knew having kids was a must for him. He also said that a woman would only be a real woman if she gave her man biological children. She asked him what if she could not, and apparently he never answered. It seems more has happened in the fight, but I decided not to pressure her and let her tell me what she was comfortable with. Lastly, she decided to take some time off and go home to her mom, and I think it is a great idea. The saddest for me was that she cried, saying someone like her would never get a man like him, and that she was scared of losing him. That it was like she found a golden ticket. I held my tongue, because I personally do not think he is a prize. But again, I took the advice and did not pressure further. I also had a long talk with my husband, and we are at odds. He still thinks I am overreacting and that John poops gold. I am frustrated, but not much I can do for now. Not a fantastic update, but it has only been a few days, so I will let you know if there is anything big happening.